Alrighty, guys. I was expecting Ali to jump in, but he froze on me. You know these kids. So state of the market. Happy Monday, second week of the year. We're gonna do a little recap. All right. We've talked about a lot of things last year. Ali brought a lot of predictions, and let's see if you fulfill those. So we've got a little recap. We won't take more than 5 minutes. We'll go super briefly through it. Let's start with slide number one. Perfect. So obviously, last year there was a lot of concern, a lot of fear about another bubble, not a housing bubble. Is the market going to crash? A lot of our clients were expecting the prices to obviously go down drastically, especially after COVID hit. And this is what we have projected it. This is what we have uh, basically projected, right? So we talk about the annual home price appreciations, inventory, we talk about the equity, and we talk about people having a tremendous amount of equity, right? So when we just recap this, right, annual appreciation right before any recession, any housing crisis, we're in double digits.
Correct.
While we knew last year they were all in single digits, right? So it was the very first sign of us knowing from the experts that there won't be any housing crisis, right? Second thing, it's always inventory. It's always supply. How many homes are available? And as you guys can see, I had seen last year, it was a tremendous seller's market, right? Super low inventory, lowest in many, many, many years. And then we knew that's going to again help the prices to stay very, very strong. We've looked at the equities. People have treated equities the way they were supposed to. Nobody was really just taking equities out to spend irresponsibly, right? So you've seen the equities had gone down big time in terms of people cashing out on those, and people had built a lot of equities over time. So all these signs of appreciation, an inventory, a supply, people being responsible with their equity, right, have made us very, very firm and very confident that there won't be no crash. I'll have Ali, now compare 5 recessions, and now finally we have the sixth recession from last year. So when we can look at the prices, go ahead. But
Yeah. Let me see the next slide. So looking at the last five recessions, Raja, three of them we actually had a great appreciation. Two of them in 1980 and 2001, it was 6%. And looking at 1981, we were up 3.5%, which are great numbers. 91, we depreciated just a little bit, uh, less than 2%. And then looking at 2008, the housing bubble, when everyone was buying a home, no income check, none of that. That's when we went down 20%, right? And that's when people were, like we just saw in the previous slide, that's when people were pulling out money 4 times as much as it did now. Uh, everything in that, and then we were looking at appreciations in double-digit percentages compared to just steady 5 and 6% appreciation, like we've seen in the past few years. Looking at 2020 is what we projected. I mean, it's the best. I don't want to say the best recession we had, but best real estate recession we had. When people hear recession, people think prices going down, right? But that's not the case. And then we've been saying that, we've been preaching that since March, right? Since the pandemic started, we've been preaching, hey, you know what? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. But the panic and the questions and the fear, uh, people still weren't clear about that. But we have this right now, hot news, that we appreciated 7.3%, which is the best appreciation we had in any recession during the last 6 recessions.
incredible. So since 1980, in last 40 years, even with pandemic, we've had the best appreciation during a recession.
Correct.
7.3%.
Which is a very good number.
So basically, that's just our point of recession does not equal home crisis. It's like you said, right? Function of the price by CoreLogic report just came in.
Correct.
We have appreciated on average. This is nationwide, 7.3%. What do you think it's in New York City and Long Island?
Raj, I mean Long Island. Let's drop New York City for a second. Long Island, it's like 10, 15%, bro. Like it's insane.
It's double
Like
digits for sure.
It's it's definitely double digits. I mean, you can't get into a house without any offer being already on the house, right? I mean, especially looking to the like the borders of Long Island and Queens. That's where people, go crazy. That's where people are putting offers 50,000 over the asking, 60,000 over the asking, and they're appraising and they're working, right? The offers are getting accepted, and all these offers, it's like no mortgage contingency. Like they'll buy the house cash if they have to, which is great. I mean, home prices going higher, buyers have more confidence in the market, and that's what we have to see.
And New York City, you think it was probably lower than the 7.8?
Definitely. I'm not going to say that we didn't appreciate. We definitely did, but it is slightly lower. I mean, you can tell the big difference. I mean, you can go to New York City and it'll be easier buying a home. That's all I'm saying. Easier. I'm not saying it's going to be very easy. It's just going to be a little easier than buying a house in Long Island.
Good stuff. So super simple, very short. What is it? 6 minutes. Just a quick recap. What do you think it's going to be this year looking like?
Raj, I think we're going to match 2020. I think it's going to stay steady, 7% up in that range nationwide.
As long as,
I mean, I feel like since the interest rates are the same, we will experience the same thing, right, going forward. And then all the buyers who are missing out on these wonderful homes now, they'll get into a home hopefully this year. You know what I mean?
Good stuff, brother. There you guys have it. Don't forget to tune in for Wednesday's This Week's Deals, and we will catch you later. Thank you, Ali.
Of course. Bye, guys.